All right. Good evening. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. We're live from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm gonna go ahead and get right to the poetry tonight. I'm gonna kick it off with my translation from the Spanish of Federico Garcia Lorca's Guzzle of Unexpected Love. No one understood the perfume of the dark magnolia of your belly. No one knew that you were martyring a hummingbird of love between your teeth. 1,000 Persian foals fell asleep in the moonlit plaza of your forehead, while for 4 nights I lassoed your hips, enemy of the snow. Among gypsum and jasmines, your gaze was a pale bouquet of seeds. I searched my chest to give you the letters of ivory that say always, always, always. Garden of my agony, your fugitive body forever. The blood of your veins in my mouth, your mouth now lightless to my death. All right. Thanks again for joining us tonight for, there we go, Poetry Open Mic Asheville. My name is CALEB BEISSERT, coming at you live from my living room here in Asheville to wherever you are tonight. We got a great show in store for Krieger is a more poems. And then we got a whole lot of performers signed up tonight. If you want to sign up, there's a sign-up sheet in the Poetry Open Mic Asheville group on Facebook. I want to thank Sovereign Kava, our sponsor, and thank everyone who supports this open mic. We appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares. All right. Here's a few more poems for you. This one's called The Alhambra. These are original. Archway upon archway, fountain reflected sunlight folds into muqarnas and arabesques. Moors built these palaces and gardens as a replica of heaven, where the sound of water, so scarce in their world, can be heard in every corner and corridor, a constant zikr. A single feather lies on the stone floor. This one's called Trailhead. There was nowhere we could go in the wilderness to avoid people, packs of people on every trail. I wandered the overlook of the sky, the highest ridges in this land, waterfalls no one can go to. We escaped farther into the forest, wind-blown trees at the summit, rain clouds whisper on faces, backs to the cool, curved rock, 500 million years old. All right, cool. I think I got one more for you, and then we'll get to the featured poet. But just briefly, let me tell you how it works. If you are signed up tonight, you have been sent a link to perform. Follow that link to StreamYard. Thanks to StreamYard. Click enter the broadcast studio. Make sure you're in there and ready to go with some headphones and everything, so I know you're ready to go. And we'll get you on here. I'll tell you who's coming up next and all that stuff. Oh, by the way, if you're performing tonight, Sovereign Kava offers you a double shot of kava, which you can pick up from Sovereign Kava. They are open for to-go, cashless to-go orders only here in Asheville. Masks are required. But you can stop by there and get your free double if you're performing tonight. Anyway, thanks to Sovereign Kava. Very good. Cool. All right. what else? I think that's it. Keep performances to 10 minutes if you're performing, unless you're the feature. Yeah, we really appreciate everyone commenting and sharing. You can watch this on YouTube. Performers, you can share it with a timestamp if you want to share it just starting at your performance. And yeah, we really appreciate everything. All right. This next poem I'm going to do tonight is, this one's called Sign. The anxious addict, 10 days sober, keeps asking to play the piano, undeterred that the answer is always no. He's just asking if he can play the piano. It had a sign on it that said to ask the bartender before playing it. He just wants to play it for a few minutes. Is it cool if he just plays it for a few minutes? He's just asking. We're really just trying to close up, man. But he just wants to play it for a few minutes. So is it cool if he just plays it for a few minutes? He's just asking, though. He knows how to play. He'll play it really good just for a few minutes. He's just asking if he can play the piano just a few minutes. Piano, is it cool? Piano, a few minutes. He's asking, piano, minutes, piano, piano. He's just asking, piano, minutes, piano, asking, piano, just play. Asking, just asking if he can just play the piano for a few minutes. He really needs to get something out. Alrighty. Excellent. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight for Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from my living room here in Asheville, North Carolina, to wherever you are. Let's see. We got a great featured poet tonight. And let me introduce our feature poet for you. Dylan Krieger is writing the apocalypse in real time in South Louisiana. She earned her BA in English and Philosophy from the University of Notre Dame and her MFA in Creative Writing from LSU. Her first book, Giving Godhead, from Delete Press 2017, was dubbed the best collection of poetry to appear in English in 2017 by the New York Times Book Review. She also is author of Dreamland Trash from St. Julian in 2018, No Ledge Left to Love, Ping Pong Press 2018, and The Motherwort from Vegetarian Alcoholic Press 2019, and Metamortuary from 9 Mile 2020. Her soft focus Slaughterhouse is forthcoming from 1111 Press. You can find more info about her work, and links where you can buy her books at her website, dylankrieger.com. And so without further ado, let's see if we can get Dylan beamed in here straight from Louisiana. Wherever you are, though, I want you, whether you're in your living room, in your car, or in public somewhere, jump up and down, do a little dance, a little cheer, make a whole bunch of noise and applause for Dylan Krieger. Y'all give it up.
Hey, Caleb.
Dylan, hey, it's so good to see you.
How's it going?
It's going good, all considering. How are things with you?
Pretty good. I'm surviving.
Good, I hear ya. Sometimes that's all we can do.
Yeah, lately.
Totally, yeah. So, very good. What's happening in Louisiana?
Oh, not much. As you probably heard, I just got laid off due to COVID. So
I didn't hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm regrouping. It's kind of a good time to edit manuscripts, I feel, being laid off. So
that's what I've been doing. Hell, I've been on unemployment since like March or April.
Yeah,
well, March I applied. It took a month, and then now the Republicans are going to try to kick us all off. So
yeah,
but
no.
Anyway,
Yeah, I was just in time to miss the good unemployment, of course.
I've been soaking it in, getting some poetry done.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm excited to talk about your poetry. I know you have a new book coming out, and it seems like you just released Metamortuary, which I loved. By the way,
Thank you.
fantastic reading. I got to see Dylan read at AWP this year, right before the apocalypse rolled in.
The last live reading in God knows how long.
Right? Yeah. So you're gonna be reading some of the new work tonight, or just a
Yeah.
survey?
Yeah, I thought it'd
Cool.
start with the Metamortuary and then go from there. But I definitely want to preview a little bit of the new release from 1111. I think we officially set it for April of 2021, so everyone can
Great.
watch out for that. Um,
Well,
and
congratulations on that, by the way.
yeah, I'm very excited
Yeah.
about that one. So I'll start with some Metamortuary, and we can go from there. But I unfortunately, Metamortuary was one of those books this year that like didn't really get its promotional due because it came out in 2020. So I thought I'd
Right. I
start with a little
know.
bit of that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh, and nice headphones, by the way.
Oh, thank you. My hand me down gamer headphones. I appreciate
I love it. Very good. Well, hey, I'm gonna turn things over to you and listen to you read.
Okay.
And yeah,
Thank
everybody,
you so much for having me again.
absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody, give it up, make a whole bunch of noise for Dylan Krieger.
It's called Trash Island. On a bad day in the bayou, cockroach corpses litter my kitchen. I scrutinize the crystal armor of their spiny undercarriages and wonder what abomination unhinged my hips to let them in. Afraid to discover which Palmetto spinsters have really vacated the premises of their reflective shells, I leave their bodies the possibility of playing possum, strewn across scab red linoleum, a misled militia of desiccating angels, leaving detached legs for the cat to lose behind the fridge or down uncaulked cracks between tiles. In a different quadrant of nightmare, the Pacific Ocean middle of nowhere, all the discarded refuse we refuse to own up to is stockpiling plastic weaponry for an inanimate uprising. Self-amassing Atlantis, free-floating landfill outlandish. So that's where I left my bloodied 7th grade bandages. 6-pack of Guinness from when the flood rolled in. So old now I can't seem to muster disgust without nostalgia, a wad of spit without my mouth awater. I want to taste the gunmetal dumpster, the pus-filled pipeline of a stunned extinction in which the infrastructure of the lab rat capsizes and flashes a smile past the fourth wall all the while, as if it knows just who it's mesmerizing. I'm going to read another one, a few more from Metamortuary. This one's called Sigmosphere. Want to be billowy, broken bodies together? Want to place bets on who will lose consciousness faster? They say where two or more are gathered, the tide may turn and charge. I wrote a hymn to sing at your funeral. I wrote a call to arms resistance narrative, and you were the star. Planetary system of rib cage and limbs. Tell me your sin, salacious beastling. What gives? When I look back now, it begins, that perfect exertion known only as birth. On our worst days, we were thirsty urchins, commercialized cool kids smirking in their cancer swag. But God knows when the sex is at its best, I drop my bags and grow a seventh sense, ask all the questions that could make me shake you, and tremble at your maladapted mastery of the maze. I wish I'd saved another piece of plunder, just one more seashell, arrowhead, translucent pearl that I could slip inside this envelope to make a forest fire feel like home. Shelf melt. In the old days, there was a story about how the wilderness got away from downtown. The seas parted, Moses invoked the multicolored coats of his ancestors, and the dinosaurs began to grow their fenestrated feathers. The myth has since never relented. We guess the arced trajectory of every penny's evanescence, but resistance is weightless. It doesn't go down with gravity when it catches a bullet to the stomach, but plummets upward, cupping its hands like a bucket, sucking the shelf melt from the ice caps like the end is what every age should covet. I'm not above plucking the stray hairs from the planet. Physicalist intervention of this bent is sexy, or so my dormant hormones tell me. Is this too heady to hold steady in your lead prosthetic wingspan? When my smartwatch says the water's fine but rising, I press ignore and choose instead to shred my clothes and show the ocean front just what it's inching toward. I'm going to close Metamortuary poems on this one. It's called Randophallus USA. And I think it still bears some significance here in 2020. I should also say it's based on a real landmark that I drive by every time I go home from Louisiana to Indiana. The way the highways vibrate in this place, you'd think the gods had gone insane. And yet, it's only more of the same. Another tire-treaded roadkill on the way to fabulous democracy. Another blonde toupeed celebrity. Another boat hull or hive full of liquefied petroleum. It's hard to tell where all the monuments to former grasslands end and my bumbling body begins. It's hard to tell whether most Republicans live somewhere else or just aren't listening for the whisper of piss in the wind. It's hard to tell whether even willful blindness is bad enough to warrant hell. You could speak up, but instead you stand down, man to man, hats off, singing the national anthem like it matters. We sent away for the cereal box prize years ago, and the sun's still in our eyes, but there's no factory forgotten American dream in sight. Mighty Miss, Lake Michigan, let's die together in style. Friendly fire, a rigged explosion over water, a mercy kill, lover to lover. I want to see what you have always hidden underneath copycat covers. I want to hit you over the head and slither out your dirty mouth. Toss you out the window in Chicago and fuck off for keeps. Skip the very last town. One day the alien scientists will find us, cuddled up, colliding for all time in a mass grave made in the USA. One day, the United Intergalactic Nations will forget his trashy nouveau riche name. Evacuate with sage our ghost-polluted city skylines. One day, they'll say, here lies, and mean the tide. So I'm going to read a few from, it's a little bit incestuous here. I'm going to read a few, like a preview of South Focus Slaughterhouse, which is coming out in 2021 with 11/11. And actually, there was a little preview of that book that was published in an issue of 9 Mile. So even though 9 Mile was the one who published Metamortuary, they also published a little preview of my next book. This is called Bedside Mechanic. Step-by-step instructions for dummies. How to fix your chronically sick significant other. Mash your sense organs into their lap. Act sad. Puff out your chest to demonstrate you are the single most melancholy mammal in Indiana, Louisiana, what have you. Watch the petty waft of competition soothe their aching muscles. Pass a bus station and sigh like you will never see the world's wonders. Learn how to make their favorite meals paleo, vegan, soy-free. The doctors will demand it sooner or later, but be patient. You have your whole lives to hate this game, not the player. Savor the mundane safety of movie night, sexy time, special occasions unsullied by hyperventilation through clenched teeth, the numbing powers of alcohol and marijuana, the all too often impossible foreplay in public, distraction by train track, childlike mischief on rooftops. Stop me if this is too much. I just want someone to care enough to drop me off a cliff and let the stormy weather parachute my dress into a poultice for my nervous system's pulsating in unrest. Is that too much to ask? After the rains pass, I promise we'll kiss as if it's painless, and I'll whisper to the western wind, who mended me, with only a socket wrench and a high-flying trapeze. This one is called, let me find it, The Trees That Grew Around Obtrusions. Rapidly approaching the warp speed burnout coin toss, I offer up our crooked childhoods as those sad saplings stretching their tendrils around their own undoing. A movable bench or boulder trying its damnedest to stunt the up and coming. The mother of invention is a bitch, but what of it? In her vitriol is a continuity with that rusty blood color of the earth in the south. You've got to respect that about clueless tourists. At least they know when to step back and let the world eat out its murders. This one is called Cruelty Builds Character. This might be the saddest maxim I could manage. What's the exact right amount of deer in the headlights, of interlocutor pressure on the knot but not the muscle? Mother never taught me what the doctors wanted to disclose, the family history of my hip bones, the late onset schizophrenic hormones. The scotch drinking comes with Irish silence included. I'm not sure if I've ever met anyone I would call well-adjusted, but if such a thing exists, it comes with fewer addictions and flying fists. The hardship is what holds us hostage, in or out of the hospital, hopscotching in circles forever, behind the times, perhaps, but ahead of the apocalypse, too cagey to get close to anyone but a chainsaw and a crystal ball. All I'm saying is I know it's problematic, but I find damage attractive. So yes, it sucks to suffer, but would the soft fur of suburbia be preferable? I'm not actually as sure as you would figure. Even after the hairpin whiplash of college parties and their guarded powders, miracle of miracles, my mouth can still open all the way like a mint condition human. The nurses tell me I was lucky, and I place your fingers just below my cheekbones and let you catch the swing on hinge in one direction, and the sex is better after that, no contest. I've shown off my weak spot, rolled over in the sandbox. I am brimming with the juices of surrender. Hear, feel, touch. This is another Louisiana poem, and I think I'm going to read two more from Soft Focus. Sorry, my headphones are too big for me. Drink yourself into the mood. Some days Louisiana is my soulmate, just by selling me the right cognac and smiling at my shaky face melt. No judgment from the river or curbside buskers in the quarter. Every morning, a hungover heron fishes toxic prey from the lake, like it's mocking me for drowning my neuralgia in a watered-down to-go cup my libido needs to function. No offense to anyone's seduction game. My body is only able to accommodate one headstrong throb at a time, the suicidal or the sexy kind, pleasure survival or the death drive. Full-on phobia fetishists, we laugh late into the night at the flimsiness of intracellular life, admire our respective viruses for shouldering the next extinction-triggered takeover. Maybe they never saw us coming, but we did. Over and over the arm of the sofa, a poorly upholstered token of affection for happy hour drink specials and the bareback danger of your roommate getting home any minute. I'll miss that black bayou inside you, but by dawn, the awful birds returning will remind my jaw to jumpstart its hurting, and everything will trickle back to normal between the gulf and my outpouring of murky mass-produced daiquiris, between the secrecy of my disease and everyone I wish would touch me at the shoreline, deep in the duckweed, where I can't scream. Yeah, I think that's my last from Soft Focus. I'm gonna hold off on the rest. There are so many good ones in that publication. All right, so I'm gonna read some newer stuff now because I still have a little time, and I'm very excited about this new manuscript I wrote last year. It's kind of a trilogy. I've been experimenting with writing like more than one manuscript that kind of follows an arc thematically. So this one, as a trilogy, it's called Predator's Welcome, and I'm just gonna read a few from this, and I might close with like 2 quarantine poems. I know it's kind of a thing that's being overdone right now, but I wanted to share some really fresh stuff while I had the open mic platform, which I think was a very accepting atmosphere. For the washable tattoo atop a permanent scar. Whether a fire, cancer, slip of the wrist with a razor in the shower, the only evidence left is a pale sheen of fingerprintless disbelief in skin rebuilt, fine lines flattened into unidentifiable cropland gone fallow, black thumb all through summer, and the soil spits blood back. But look, there is a painted piece of paper that obviously wants to cover the world up, and it's whatever color you want it to be, baby. Golden, lavender, ruby, little fistful of familiar confettiing over a headstone like it's New Year's in hell. To think, the attention, welcome for once and stuffed with wet petals. When they fall off, we're different. Crystalline coats fully saturated, weighted down with old gods in the pockets to keep from floating away. I wish anyone could say reconstructive and mean it, but they're always sort of smirking. Fine that the stitches stay in. Fine that the willows bend over just to fuck us. If not the tumors, contusions, what would we cover in tinsel and expensive juices? These are the landmarks that tell extinction it's moving in the right direction. Unhook the horror from the head wound and be honest. Even the lilies better gilded. All right, so this is about a friend of my first friend who went to jail when I was a kid. Stay lucid in the dream long enough to make out with your monsters. The paper roses of prison pinned to my tiny bedroom. I remember when friends felt like cooked flies on mom's windshield, 9 o'clock sharp, nighttime in local county lockup where Mikey's window faced the alley, and somehow beyond logic, we enlisted our parents to be in on it. Back and forth, block to block, the west side unkillable small town out of a storybook too shitty to be published. Wishes are the things delicately affixed with scotch tape to the walls of cells never entered, too scared, but I was there, out back, countless drive-bys, riding shotgun into darkness, headlights off. I read the letters aloud, said yes to the charges, dressed up for a court date before I could vote. We don't even talk now, but I heard hard time happened. I hope it's over, but then again, what do I know? Landlocked civilian propaganda handed down over and over. Don't stay sore for the sake of it. The only maxim that matters in anger, what the flowers were oozing this whole time anyway. Come home one day and find the robin's eggs broke open, and what is there to say about the world about-faced, about the screaming turned to laughing, about the change? If all my existential reveries come true and I return as molten goo, I would like to be surprising, like the Earth's core coming up for air. Oh, wait, they call that a volcano. Oh, wait, they call that World War, whatever the fuck. Do you remember the last time a stomach cradled all civilization at once, long enough to vomit it back up? This is the way it always works. Witless, ocean-like lockjaw. Nothing so violent as my masseter against itself, so do your worst. What does hell have to lose? What are all these ambulances even here for? A living medical anomaly, never before seen human suit removal. Say it like you will to the police. I am pure practice for something spotlight come later in the interrogation chamber. I am the front lawn yawning open, so wide you'll never count the teeth. Sometimes the sadness, let me start that over. Sometimes the sadness sits closer to the surface. I write tongue twisters. It's bad. New travelogue plan where I send you weirdly regional nudes from Airbnb bathrooms across the country and you don't respond. I need an industrial strength dose of boy bye to rise up from the mud. I need the tall tower of libido to topple long ways with utmost friction and thickness. I need a Costco-sized cock and no permission from God to make a robot blush, dance over detonated glass, echolocate the will to live from the edge of the pit. We remember scraping by on bitter berries, but why? But what directionless headwinds do we defy each morning by leaving a little more of ourselves dead in the bottle to pickle? If I am supposed to know the ending by now, we're in trouble. If I am supposed to keep you locked up like a bloodhound in my underwear, the potion is working. The dark woods are barking. You are taking out your rifle and pointing it straight at the sun. All right, I have like 3 more, I think, from this. This manuscript really jazzes me. And then I'm going to close on the quarantine poems. The present moment cuddles up to existence and nothingness without preference. The universe is a museum of chilly feelings caught by glass, defined by the gaps. I forget to rotate the houseplants for months, and after, they're permanently bent in centripetal window reach. Such is the photosynthetic calling we are born into above the kitchen sink, with our long stems hung down for the cat to bat at. And believe it or not, I carry this whole ecological disaster around with me, buckle it in for road trips, feed it its vitamins, read it its horoscopes. The hope is that the black fog will raise us up with it and let us drop. The hope is that we're on to something when we touch and bake like beach grass in sun. I want to be pummeled with the subtropical marriage proposals of star radiation so hard that I don't have to lift a single branch. I want to watch you like a chemtrail snaking down the skyline, an invasive dust the rest of us cannot cough out. All right. Autopsy reveals lasting marriages mostly composed of sharp metal in a theoretical vacuum. I am a longitudinal experiment in elopement, and the results are what you might call good on paper, as in they're still together. I've never been arrested. Listened in class well enough to welcome into my bloodstream the great canonical misogynists of history. What a setback success is. You have to unlearn everything and then keep it hanging around your house like an antibody. It's touch and go with me and weddings. Forget red glasses. Even with a pile of full-blown roses up over my head, my mother comes wandering through sometimes with her 2 black eyes, the kind you might separate over but not divorce. That's what I absorbed, looming large above the lesson planners about what bad men deserve. When the window shoppers point and huff, embarrassed not by what he's done, but by the gall of this girl, to raise her face above the document, to show it off. All right, this is my last one from Predator's Welcome, the trilogy, and then I'm going to read a couple new ones. This is actually the ending poem of the manuscript. Amidst global cataclysm, my retirement plan is to leave this old wallet and a little weed in a well-loved pocket for later. On vacation, you say there is a plan to eradicate the invasive species on this island before it gets as overrun as the mainland. And I wonder about the logic of propping up interventionism with more interventionism. The first sequel to the indigenous original was scary enough as it is, don't you think? Pocketed seed pod full of insect eggs on the plane back to the States, where, come to think of it, every sprig of tenderness I spring from is non-native, prettiest red blooms exotically toxic. It's not that the transplants carry some canker, but like me, their breed needs a natural predator, someone to be dangled by recklessly over fire, something to run from or else become part of. The moment of capture should crackle forever, indefinite delay between chase and digestion, where we are so close you're almost inside but not quite, and I don't dare budge from the incision site with its extravagant, unstable formula for human flight. I don't imagine any other ending. I don't imagine I survive. All right. So I'm going to close with just 2 poems, I think. Maybe just one. Yeah, I think I'm about done. So I'm going to just close with one. This is my quarantine poem. And all of these are called No One Is Daddy. So this is called No One Is Daddy. So what's next? After first freak out, reinvest your Roth in gold and stock up on non-perishables. Nest egg for the apartment because you're not allowed to leave it. We thought Armageddon would be one thing. The heat, galactic collision, runaway gods come home to roost. But it's everything. Cleared throat in the boardroom, honeybee under my boot, stench around St. Rose, Louisiana. I've saved a little money for when university degrees go back to their original lives as tree pulp, for when my bosses finally read my poetry, for when the system blows over in strong wind, no revolution necessary. The top-heavy odds will take care of it. We track the numbers of global and local infected like we can cost-benefit a way out, map a route someplace else, hitch our trailer to the Twilight Zone. But no such love, no such sweet carry-on. Despite our deepest wishes, we keep existing, nonchalant crisis after nonchalant crisis. Sometimes I am sick and tired of being a lawful citizen. Sometimes I unhook all the fasteners of my outfit and let the breeze comb through my ghost cloud. The contagious never touch, but I would risk it. Under the right barbed wire, crescent gap-toothed smiling, I would place your palm on what can perish and let you feel the muscled engine wrenching, oceanic in its monsters, faster and faster. Thank you.
Love it. I loved that. Thank you so much, Dylan. Oh,
Thank you for having me.
absolutely. I am high on poetry now, and maybe other things too. But anyway, that was fantastic. I love your reading voice, by the way. I have
Oh,
to
thank
say.
you.
It's like, yeah, it feels really authentic, and I love hearing poets read their own work, especially when they're good at reading their own work.
I got accused of having a radio voice at my last job, so this is the closest I've come to really being radio style.
Yeah, not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And I love the new quarantine poems as well. You know, I don't think it's overdone if you can say something new about it that's not, what you're saying is not overdone. You know?
Exactly. I got to kind of form some unlikely close friendships with my immediate neighbors by being in quarantine.
Right,
So
yeah.
that's something that not everyone, at least I'm not repeating other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's very particular.
Yeah, totally. I love it. And yes, I love the tongue twisters too. I think I've learned a few new words reading your work.
It's a problem. I think I'm a good reader, but not as good as my tongue twisters require sometimes. It's a high bar.
I do that to myself too.
It happens.
Yeah.
Got to
sure.
challenge yourself. Got to challenge.
Right? Always. Cool. Well, it's really great to have you here tonight. I want to encourage everyone to check out DylanKrieger.com and buy the book, Metamortuary. She's got a bunch of other books too, and a forthcoming book. Are there going to be pre-orders starting for that?
I believe there will be probably early in 2021.
Cool.
But the sooner thing that people can watch out for is I am actually releasing a 7-inch record in October. It's just 6
What?
poems, but it's like a little sampling.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's stuff that hasn't been released in print before.
Krieger on vinyl.
Yeah.
Love
So
it. I'll have
it's
to
called
get one.
the album's called Turn Into the Water, and it's on fine print, which is a friend of mine in Austin. So
Cool. Very good.
yeah.
Well, I encourage everyone to check it out, and Dylan, come back whenever you can and hang out, and hopefully we'll have you in Asheville for a reading one day.
Yes, I was gonna say
when there
that
are
needs to
readings
happen.
again.
It's bucket list at least, even if it has to
Awesome.
be on the back burner for now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I look forward to it, and thank you again so much for being here tonight. And good luck with everything.
Thank you so much, Caleb.
Absolutely. And of course, everyone, wherever you are, jump up and down, make a whole bunch of noise one more time. Dylan Krieger, give it up. All right. Dylan Krieger coming to us live from Louisiana tonight. Thanks again to Dylan. Everybody, check out the book. Check out all the books. Go to DylanKrieger.com and buy all the books. Yes. Anyway, we got some more fantastic poets and performers coming at you tonight. I want to thank our sponsor again, Sovereign Kava. Here in Asheville, they're open for cashless to-go orders, mask required, so check them out. Of course, if you're performing tonight, you do get a free double shot for performing. Our little thank you. Cool. Let's see who we got coming up next here. I think we have a couple of comments here for Dylan. Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, that's me. Very good. They liked it. Anyway, you can find us here each and every Wednesday night live on Facebook and YouTube. Oh, thank you. Yes, and I don't know. We got some good performers coming up. Let me see who we actually have next here. Oh, wonderful. We have Dane is here. Dane is joining us live from San Francisco tonight. I love San Francisco. I've been there a couple times, but it's been a while. So y'all making a bunch of noise. Let's see if we can get Dane on here. Y'all give it up. Dane!
Hey,
how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. It's good to be here.
Good.
Weather's
You still
nice.
hunkering down, sheltering in place?
Yes, of course.
What can you do?
Yeah. And that Dylan Krieger is something.
Isn't she great? Fantastic poet. Knockout poet, totally.
Yeah. Every piece a masterpiece, just about.
Yep. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And thanks again to Dylan, and thank you, Dane, for being here. You got some poetry to share with us tonight?
Yes, I do. I have sort of a grab bag of things. Yeah.
Excellent.
But I'm ready.
All right, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you. Y'all make some noise one more time for Dane.
Thank you. My hyena is not a Trump fan at all. Seeing him, she snarls. Neurological sequelae, menthol sip, Trump's boozy cocktail. Safe wearing my mask, absentee voting my right, chapping Trump's red rump. Drink up, brain damage, antifreeze chaser, Trump's tweet. No cure for deficits. I cannot fully know your burden, the unjust burden that you carry. I am just a single me, but I see, I feel, I learn, I know, because I learned right from wrong from an imperfect mama. The only Bible lesson we need for a just world is to do unto others as we would have them do unto you. I testify, I stand by you. I will be counted in the numbers who seek justice. I will whisper subversion into the ears of the unsuspecting. All men are created equal. Being literal, I thought it meant everyone. I asked my Del Rio, Texas high school history teacher how it could be to hold the idea of equality for all and oppress black folks. It's downright hateful. Made no sense to me. My teacher said they left the part out about white. What they meant, all white men are created equal. Well, this white man knows the definition of all. All is all. Everybody, all of us, no exceptions. John Lewis crossed the Edmund Pettus Bridge for the last time as I write this, and I cried out in agony at his passing. My heart smashed to bits. But in my mind, I know there passes a giant of a man. He walked on a path of righteousness. All we have to do is follow. We got it from here. Sidewalk. Put the mouth in your mind around these words. Feel the taste of the state beats women in Portland. Remember the mouthfeel, the bouquet, the aftertaste on tongue. Now swallow. Opus a Day comes out not so easy, frayed just a little around the edges. Anyone tired, weary of no solution, dumbly proud of red, white, and blue, black and blue, beating? What kind of a man is a man who thinks like that, does like that? No man. I tried to woo her every possible way, my attention, just another assault on her castle, on her perfect excuse to keep her loneliness company, all her very own empire. She dispensed its bounty without interference from any ruined man. Marlowe says, that's okay. I'm sorry that it just did not land like butterfly on blossom. Really, the arrow of Eros rips flesh, wounds, fucking hurts. Someday scars, or always bleeds bloody pus. Type now solo sonatas stumble like I don't know you. And I wonder why, when that will not be so. I suppose because everything is different this moment from the next, everything changing, everything. I can plant my flag here, but the wind blows. I'm here to feel, see, learn, become, continue to love, to be free, to whisper love things, love song proclamations, to protest, to kiss the eyes of mind's future, to what is now. Because one day it is gone. 60s vibes and all. I stand in the radio studio bathroom looking out the window at a tree. Was the rainbow there? Was the tree there? Was I there? Thinking my LSD thoughts, struggling to be more me than I might have courage for, to be okay with being, to make peace with myself. Explored, examined, categorized to my high satisfaction. I dug it. I dig it. I will dig it. I have been digging it all these years ever since. If you dig it too, you are welcome on the journey. I traveled to the future roommate test. Callie, as she demands, replied to my late sister's wife, thanking her for the flowers, sobbed deeply, fully, completely, loudly, for as long as sobs needed to be released, and for what seemed like forever, but was probably a minute and 12 seconds tops. Felt better, watched cats sleep, watched cats snuggle, watched cats go crazy over fresh birthday flowers for my late Karen. Wondered what to have for breakfast. Grated Costco cheese to fill a gallon bag full. Just rewrote that last line. A blend cheddar, Gruyere, Bavarian Emmentaler. Wondered if everything is dwelling in the past. Can I write a poem right now in this moment and still be present? Just reread this thing several times. Wonder why Microsoft Word knows how to spell Bavarian but thinks Emmentaler should be immantled. Looked up immantled. The word you have entered isn't in the dictionary. Click on a spelling suggestion below or try again using the search bar above. No trying, just do. Thank you, Star Wars. Automatic writing, getting ready to read at a Zoom event, think about another Zoom event, look up the word Gestalt, tango music playing, cats sleeping. I sigh, put on my pants, make bacon, eat bacon, think about pigs. It sucks to be a pig. Slice an avocado in two, remove the seed, fill each half of the avocado with mild salsa, eat the avocado. I wrote this just now so that I could see the word avocado in my mind and repeat it again and again. It is an avocado chant. Cat love is pure love. Accept it freely. Sit still. It is so brief, then gone. Hedonistic me. My skin is made for nothing, for touching. It needs nothing more. Thank you. Anybody there?
All right. Thank you, Dane.
Wait, I don't have my earphones in.
Oh, no worries. I was just gonna say that was great stuff, and come back and join us again next time.
Thank you.
Yeah, really appreciate you. Everybody, give it up one more time for Dane from San Francisco tonight. Awesome. And thank you all for tuning in to Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. My name's CALEB BEISSERT. It's great to be your host this evening and each and every Wednesday night here on the Poetry Open Mic. Want to remind everyone again to check out our featured poet, Dylan Krieger. She's got books available at dylankrieger.com. And a new book coming out, so check it out, grab the book. If you're just tuning in tonight, you can rewatch the performance on YouTube or Facebook, and many thanks to our sponsor, Sovereign Kava, tonight. Anyway, I think we're gonna keep rolling with the open mic here. Yes, very good. We appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares. And, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think, we got, let's see. We got, Jose coming up next. And then I believe we do have Xander tonight. And, Kevin Evans. And we got a few other people signed up. So if you signed up, make sure to follow that StreamYard link and join us whenever you can, so I know you're ready to go. And we'll keep the show moving for you here. Also, I do want to give a special shout out to Noreen tonight. One of our friend of the open mic, Noreen. She was hit by a car, and so she's not feeling very well. But we want to give a shout out to her and send her some healing vibes, our thoughts, and hopefully, Noreen, you can join us again when you're feeling better. But yeah, best wishes to you. Anyway, yes, indeed. Cool. That brings us to Jose Del Tejaco coming at you. Let's get Jose in here. Y'all know the drill. Make some noise. Jose!
Hola! What's happening, guys?
Oh, you know,
A good
little open mic, little this, little that. How you doing?
Not bad. I've got a new gig starting the 10th.
Oh, you did finally. Okay,
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Making the old Sub-Zero medical refrigerators.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Well, just in time, yeah, before they totally screw up the whole unemployment deal. But congrats on that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm a little bummed because I probably will get to do the open mic very, very, very seldom after. But hey, I'm taking the gift that is before me, like I did.
I hear you. Well, I certainly hope you can make it back whenever your schedule allows.
Next week at least.
All right, yeah, definitely. Well, it's always great having you here, Joe.
Thanks, man. I love being here.
Absolutely. Cool. And I look forward to when we can do the in-person open mic again too.
Amen.
That was always a lot of fun. Joe's a regular at the open mic and a great poet and a great singer. And
Ooh, thanks.
yep, I'm gonna turn it over to you so we can hear that good poetry and song.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, yes indeed. Give it up one more time for Joe.
Okay. A couple of quick poems and 3 brief songs for your listening pleasure. This is Can't Paint. In my poetry trance, my eyes cross slightly, and it's grainy and blurry and sparkly purple, like before faint. There's 2 of everything, and then nothing. And my pen is racing ahead of me, trying to capture the awful visions, and I never, ever even get close. And I'm crying, and people are looking, but there's no way to excuse myself. Okay. Neglect. Dusty is accusing me again of neglect, but howls in misery when I try to touch her, which I admit isn't often enough to suit me. Maybe if we were together more? No, she's there all the time, anytime. I'm shame spiraling now, down, down. She could help, but I won't let her. Just a stroke here and there would be nice for both of us. I'm running my hands along her body now while she's resting. It's not where she likes to be touched, so she's indifferent. It hurts us both, but a sound or 2 that feel like pleasure are heard. It's not enough. And too much. I let her rest. She sleeps facing me, so she can apply the most and quietest duress. And now we begin the next interminable hiatus before another tender moment. Where there ought to be soothing, there are scars. Other men better love their guitars. Sorry, went all Carrot Top on you there. Shame on me. All right, 3 quick songs. This one I feel like needs to be in a musical, but I don't feel like writing the musical. So there you go. Easy Street. I know I've had worse. I shouldn't complain. In each life falls rain. I count my blessings. I've had scores. Still, I wouldn't mind a few more. Bump, 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 bump. Easy Street. I want to walk down Easy Street. Easy Street. I want to glide down Easy Street with some comfortable shoes on my feet. I've been down a time or 2. Almost didn't get back up, it's true. Though my luxuries just barely please, I'd sure rather have them than a shoe. So they'll have to do Easy Street. I want to walk down Easy Street. Easy Street. I want to glide down Easy Street with some comfortable shoes on my feet. My jalopy's pretty sloppy. She gets me there, but she's prone to entropy. Yeah, it holds together, God knows why. The engine cranks on almost every try. So why cry? Easy Street. I want to walk down Easy Street. Easy Street. I want to glide down Easy Street with some comfortable shoes on my feet. Life's been worse. I can spare a dime. I might need it back another time. There but for the grace go I. In fact, right there I went. Still, I got a little discontent. Bump, 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 Easy Street. I want to walk down Easy Street. Easy Street. I want to glide down Easy Street with some comfortable shoes on my feet. I'm not prone to whine and moan, but once my rent's spent, all my money's blown. I don't need to strike it rich, just a little scratch to kind of scratch my ass. Starting to twitch, easy street. I want to walk down easy street, easy street. I want to glide down easy street with some comfortable shoes on my feet. All right. This is Crown Vicky. Crown Vicky, yeah, runs pretty hot. Had to touch the wires when I took her off the impound lot. Crown Vicky, yeah, goes pretty good. Got a peel rolling thunder under the hood. Got 2 G's and you need a car. You can't be too picky, Crown Vicky, yeah. Crown Vicky, yeah, gotta step on the gas. The kids all think I'm a cop and they let me pass. Crown Vicky, yeah, really gets down the road. That cop car motor knows how to haul her a load. Got 2 G's and you need a car. You can't be too picky, Crown Vicky, yeah. Roll it out, not a doubt. She's ready to put it out. Sucks gas, low class. Ain't that a kick in the ass, Crown Vicky, yeah. Crown Vicky, yeah. She got chrome hubs that don't look too damn bad if I give them a scrub. Crown Vicky, yeah. My Bluesmobile lays down the law with a little bit of sex appeal. Got 2 G's and you need a car. You can't be too picky, Crown Vicky, yeah. I don't work shady, but she gets me there all right. Don't mind being seen with me, baby. I'll pick you up tonight in a Crown Vicky, yeah. Crown Vicky, yeah. How cool would it be if I practiced my guitar and I could play along with that? Yeah. That's for another day. All right. And this is just a fun kid's song. Okay. The Big Green Ball. I got a big green ball. I got a big green ball. I'm going to bounce it in the kitchen. I'm going to bounce it in the hall. I'm going to bounce it off the roof. I'm going to bounce it in the yard. I'm going to bounce it very softly and not bounce it very hard. My ball is very grande and it's also very verde. It's much finer than any ball I have yet to compare to. Oh, I don't want to bounce a ball. No other color will do. I got a big green ball. How about you? And that's everything tonight. I hope we had a good time out there. I know I did. Thank you, Caleb. Yeah.
Thank you, Jose.
Right on. Thank you, Sovereign Kava. Everybody.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And speaking of Sovereign Kava, you get a free double shot for your performance tonight. So
put it in the hole,
mask
baby.
up. And yeah, mask up and stop by the bar. Or actually, if you're in Asheville, Kava Bar offers delivery now through Kickback Asheville.
Ooh, oh, nice.
Old plug there. Got to plug the sponsor, you know.
Come on.
But
I love the sponsor.
Same here. It's a good place. It's been a good home for our open mic. And has helped make us Asheville's longest running open mic. Thanks to your support, Joe's been there for a lot of it. And,
a lovely community.
Yep, love it. It's great to see you, Joe.
Back to you, man.
Thanks for stopping by tonight. And
right on. When do you work? I'll come by when you work.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm not working right now.
Oh, okay, good for you. Me neither.
I'm down there every now and then. Hit me up.
Right on.
I'll do a shot with you.
Hey.
Absolutely. And look forward to hearing the guitar next time.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, you got to practice it. It's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Out of the amp. That's what I'm hearing.
Practicing, man. You got to do it all the freaking time.
It's a bummer.
Anyway, hey, awesome poetry, awesome music. Thank you, Joe. We'll see you again next week, I hope.
Yes.
Cool. Cheers. All right, give it up for Joe. And you know it. You're tuned in to Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. My name's CALEB BEISSERT. It's a pleasure to be your host tonight. We got some fantastic performers still coming up on the open mic. Again, thanks to our featured poet tonight, Dylan Krieger. Check out her work at dylankrieger.com. And keep tuning in. We have a great featured poet every week. Next week, we have El Habib Louis joining us from Morocco, and then the week after that, we have Leah Tiger joining us from Los Angeles. So tune in. We got some more great stuff coming up, and some more great poets and other performers tonight. So y'all stick around. I believe we have Xander next on the mic. Another long-time open mic performer, great artist. Let's see if we can bring Xander on here. Y'all know the drill. Make some noise.
Hello.
Xander! Good to see you,
Yo.
brother.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you doing all right tonight?
Oh, fair enough. A little
I
bit
hear
past my bedtime, but it's worth it.
Hey, no worries.
How you doing?
Well, hey, I'm good, man. I'm having fun. I'm doing open mic, getting together with people despite everything. We're still sharing this sense of community and sharing our art every Wednesday night. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
happy right now.
Can't let
yeah.
the flame go out. Not entirely.
Right, man. You know about it. But anyway, man, I don't want to keep you up too late, so I'll let you get to your poetry or whatever you got for us tonight, and let you do your thing, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna do a few little pieces from North Carolina's worst poet. I got to call myself that. I get to.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd like it if anybody
I don't know
else
if it's
did.
true.
I got there first.
I might debate that. But
I'll
anyway,
accept your argument.
word. Well, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 or 4 or 5 little pieces, and I hope not to take up more than 10 minutes of your valuable time, which is valuable, believe it or not. I'm not sure how many people are going to remind you of that. Once we knew how to be ourselves. Once we passed the knowing down and opened up the hearts of each as children ripened to adults. Oh, but prone are we to flaws, and so one family at a time, the knowing of the human way was broken into fragment pieces. Oh, the simple human way, the parts of which are manifest in every heart which bears a soul, and every soul which drives a heart. The way we are when every part is in its place, is in its role, when all the world is taken in, when love's the priest who serves the fire, when nothing is ignored until the castle of the mind entire is solidly and firmly built of simple stone and common gold, and from the foot up to the crown and fingertip to fingertip, and up and down the rocky spine is ringing with a single sound. When life is loved and love is law, when children on the way to life are taught the ways of thought and awe, of work, of life, awake and dream, we are one people in a time. We work together in a dance. We throw ourselves into the job. We breathe the breathing of the world. Oh, first to evil, shattered one, who hurt you so that you went dark? For down the generations walk, we've felt your trauma in our days. What breaking broke your love of life so that you warped the human way until a father's guiding hand became a tyrant's clenching fist? Why did you change the words until what had directed us to love gave us a reason for our greed, as if it came from deeper trust? What did you hope to gain? Your life was short, and what you gained was lost, not just by you, but by the court of kings whose rulings had been just. For as the wicked words you used put twist and torture into law, the cornerstones have been abused, until the building knows no God. You were commanded, as you should, to speak the truth, the world in word, and yet your counsel wronged the good, and rings upon us all it yet. That one will eventually have third and fourth parts, but it doesn't now. I can't hear any of you, but I imagine polite applause. If you can still conceive your life is over, it's not over. You still are thinking, after all, thus no, it isn't over, not by far, not finished. Your mind is still with you and undiminished, or if enclosed, it's waiting for the effort which takes the broken things and makes them better, the joyous journey through the births and dyings to learn the lessons which cannot be learned by human bodies, though their brains are mighty. The soul you are is not some consolation prize. You may believe your power fully lost to you. That may have led your spirit to an early finish line. Then see that you are worthy. This no race is yet a school, for the wisest in enlightenment and for the wisdom's fool. Then put the foot to journey in the infinite insistent. Your time is not for waiting into wishes. Onward, upward, through, though there's no telling yet what comes next. And you are not prepared and can't prepare for that. The way of man is twisted and it spirals. Past turns to come or turns which in their coming will knock you from the road and in the gully. And you'll arise, learn from it, and keep running. I would prepare you, soldier, for the trek, but I have not collected you your issues. You are prepared as best you'll ever reckon. The tools you own are built into your bones and to your sinew. I would pretend to know the facts you'll need then, or grant you the forgiveness found within you. I'd give you passage safely through the valley. But you are master of these lands already. Thus, my friend, my child, parent, lover, teacher, I only have my blessing here to give. All well. The blessing's all you need, along with who you are. It's potent in its power, if you feel it as the truth. There must be something more here. It's a very different experience to read poetry sort of to yourself and the world. It's hard to get over. I'm going to pretend you're in the room with me. Just let it be. Let it all go forth. After all, small one, you are only one. And the one which you are is myriad, legions of cells, each a city itself. To comprehend it all would be a madness. So, cold in the night, let it shiver. Hungry, let yourself be fed until you are again ready for heroics. Who told you you had to save the whole world? There is more world than you will ever see. Even if you walked it all and looked close, let it all go forth. Let it go onward. This globe is big enough for many lessons, and your bag heavy with the books already. No wonder you have found yourself so tired. No wonder your head hangs so low until you cannot raise it from the windowsill. This world of life is larger than your mind is. The only way you fooled yourself contrary is how you've spent such time alone in small rooms. I tell you, think how large must be the mountain, which which holds your little town aloft and skyward. I ask you, think how vast must be the plain land, which keeps the mountain solid in its placement. Now hold within your mind a single moment. Consider all the details you are missing. I tell you, though you think you know not. The mind has many ways on lies insisting. Be careful before you believe you're certain, for much imagined can be a diversion. And I think that's about my time. Just about. That's enough for me. There are many more good performances.
Hey, good stuff, Xander. Thank you for sharing. Really appreciate
It's
it.
hard to read the room when it's just got me in it.
I know it's a totally different thing. It's definitely taken some getting used to for me, and it's weird, and it's but it's because it's new, and it's a different performance style. It's a lot different than being there in a room with people and being able to interact and all that kind of stuff. But it's kind of cool too, because it's a technology that has arisen out of the need for human connection, and to think of all the things that have to go right for everything to kind of work. The computers are working hard. Shout out to the computers.
That's true. I don't guess they know anything else yet.
Right. So when there's nothing else, we do what we can.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
hey, thanks for coming in tonight, brother.
Thank you, Caleb.
Absolutely. I hope you can make it back again soon.
One of these days.
Absolutely. Give it up one more time for Xander. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah. All right, you're tuned in live to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. My name is CALEB BEISSERT. It's great to be your host tonight. Appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares from everyone. Appreciate our featured poet tonight. Appreciate our sponsor, Sovereign Kava, and everyone who performed. Cool. Some comments there. Oh, what's up, John Mark? That's my boy. Dude, love you, man. Glad you're out there. And yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. It's good to be able to do this. Everybody, yes, keep your eyes and ears open. Just a reminder, Trump is still sending secret federal police into cities. Way not cool. All because people are protesting and standing up for black rights. Anyway, our job here is to bring a little love and a little light into your homes while still paying attention. And so we hope we can do that for you tonight. I know I'm having a good time. I hope y'all are too. And I know we got one of my favorite poets up next, Kevin Evans, in the house. And Kevin was our feature last week, and he's got reading still coming up, I think he can tell you about. But let's see if we can beam Kevin in here. All right. Kevin Evans, y'all make some noise.
Cool.
Kevin!
We're in there. Hey,
I think
man.
it's working. Hey, how you doing tonight?
Yeah. I'm doing all right. I'm kind of groggy and stuff. I haven't been sleeping much. I've been working on this article for Get on the Bus that I still haven't submitted yet, but it's all
cool.
good.
You're on deadline.
Yeah, it's a little loose.
Hey, that's all right. Sometimes it's got to be a little loose, right?
Yeah. That nobody's breathing down my neck, so it's cool.
Hey, that's always good. It's hard to write with that going on. But,
Yeah.
Anyway, I really enjoyed your last piece on Get on the Bus, AVL.
Oh, thank you.
I think we got a link. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Kevin offered a really interesting perspective on the talking about a lot of the conversation that's going on right now in a lot of places, but specifically here in Asheville about the removal of Confederate like racist monuments that are in like all these towns, and we got a big one here in Asheville. But you should read the piece because Kevin offers some really some kind of different perspectives on that, and I look forward to reading the next piece on Get on the Bus. There's a lot of other good stuff on there. We got a link right there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, and I'll also take a moment, give you a moment to plug your upcoming reading, if you
Right.
want. I think we still got this.
Yeah, that's gonna be on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Beloved Asheville is hosting that, and it's a benefit for Beloved Asheville, which is for and of the community. But we'll have poets like Jackie Shelton, Keith Flynn, Nicole Brown. Like we got a bunch of people.
It's a friggin'
But
all-star lineup, man.
yeah, and
Yeah,
of course
congrats on
Jackie
that.
Shelton was the poet laureate and
North
whatnot,
Carolina
North
Poet
Carolina.
Laureate. Yeah.
So yeah,
And the
pretty cool.
first black poet laureate, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
that's going on Saturday, and people could go on to Beloved Asheville, but I think they're promoting that pretty good on social media and Facebook. Maybe I'll send an invite, or I mean, maybe I'll post the event later on Poetry Open Mic as well, so
yeah,
people
please
can
do. Please
choose to
do.
go or not.
Absolutely, and Beloved's a great organization doing so much work here in the community. So glad y'all are
Right on.
raising some funds for them. But anyway, I know you got some good poetry for us tonight.
I got
Maybe
a little
some
bit of stuff.
harmonica. Cool.
Yeah, hopefully some harmonica, like at least to close out or something. I like to include that because I
Yeah.
the only practice I get sometimes these days is I forget to play sometimes, except when I do the open mic or something.
Yeah, I
But
know. Because we're not getting out as much, but yeah, I
yeah,
know you like to just go with how it feels. That's one of the things I love about you as a
word.
performer. So I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
let you get in the groove and
Okay.
turn things over to you.
Yeah. I would. Peace. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Give it up for Kevin Evans.
Okay, so all right, it's wife beater status, you know. So these poems I actually have stories for these two newer poems that one of them I completed like a couple of hours ago, and I think it's still not complete because there's so much more to say always. But it actually has a story, and it came from NPR. Like I was listening to NPR one morning, I think last week, and then I had to jot some stuff on a napkin or napkins, and so there's this trumpeter, I guess you would say. And this is no pun intended with the administration. I'm not even going to use his name no more. I'm going to try to stop using his name altogether. But this is about music, you know what I'm saying? And like escape from some harsh realities. So there's this guy, Shamar Allen, from New Orleans, a musician down there. And he has a 9-year-old son. This was the story that was on NPR that prompted this poem. He has a 9-year-old son, and he heard a story about a 9-year-old kid in New Orleans recently that had gotten killed, and it hit him a certain kind of way, even though he's born and raised in New Orleans, and I'm sure he's dealt with a lot and seen a lot of crime and gun violence and death. However, this prompted him to give away trumpets for guns, and this was specifically for kids or teenagers, and he is developing a program where he has no questions and it's exchanged for guns in the same sense that people have exchanged guns in the past or turned in guns for money or exchanged needles, things like this. Okay, so one of the first people that came to him was a young girl about 8 years old. He said that was the most shocking thing, was that this 8-year-old girl with this big smile, just shining, beaming out of her, was so happy to give up this loaded pistol. It was actually loaded, and give it to him and get her trumpet. Now, he also had to deal with the local police that he would turn these guns into them with no questions asked. All right, boom. So this poem is, I just entitled it tonight, is called Shamar's Psalm. Give me your gun and I'll give you a trumpet. Got that rusty, jammy, fully loaded ratchet. But please don't dump it upon the children's porches. They've barely stepped off. Pour the music into their pores. Give free spirit music to the poor. But tiny urban wildfires captured in metal capsules are still flinging all across the roads, violently stripping petals off of every jazz-born rose that flash as they fold. Frozen in time, perched in mighty throne, from Inno to Chicago, mamas widowed by losing first, second, and third born, crying into the ancient war-torn horn, a spectacle of special terrible proportions. The sole porch sitting in the basement, or partially protected by porcelain bathtub, hiding from miniature man-made tornadoes, just simply wanting to live. And when they ask for love, subliminally called chattel and shackles, so many hurt people punished for hurting, hoping, praying the horn will drown out the fiercely, frantically fingered thunder and lightning. Little lady, every second your breath would sing a lullaby if heavy gun smoke didn't clog the sights and sounds of your sunflower crowned city garden. And that's Shamar's Psalm. This piece was written July 23rd, 2020. It's entitled Bruiser Boots. And this is also related, this is kind of a theme tonight you'll see with these two poems. This is related to people having an alternative to like killing each other in the streets, like in certain neighborhoods, impoverished neighborhoods. So there are a lot of programs, at one point we've seen programs, the midnight basketball, things like this, music, like there's so many activities and things that we try to utilize to keep the youth out of gangs and away from drugs, things of this nature, right? So people have heard about these things for years. One of them is to put on boxing gloves and for them to duke it out and handle their beef that way and squash it, and may the best man win, so to speak, type of thing, but also teach them good sportsmanship, things of this nature. Excuse me. I don't get to talk this much about my pieces always, so I'm trying to get that out. Anyway, this is very short though. It's called Bruiser Boots, and it's about being able to look past your pride and the hurt physical of physical pain and not have to take someone's life just because you may have lost a fight or a battle. In a nutshell, that's what it's about. Fighter, where do you locate the strength and grace to lose without having to kill the dude with bullet, with noose, with blade, or Robert Johnson's special crossroad crossbow, poison juice? Muddy river shades with voodoo of vexed muse. Shake your hand, man, though there's still warm blood on the boots. All right, that's Bruiser Boots, and I'm gonna read some older poems now. Two poems, I think, and then we'll be good. I've talked a lot tonight, but I had things to say. I always have way more to say than I do say. So this poem is untitled. It's not called anything because it's untitled. Pardon me. I was trying to say it was written February 11th, 2018, and March 25th, 2018, according to my notes. I've read this somewhere before. Bloom blue jeans out of the seams in the cement, reeking of beer and heavily applied cheap dead flour. Tobacco in vaporized form torn into winter leather. As soon as you shake and break your trousers, strange lips glued to your zipper and knees. They smelt and felt you free. Flying now on the clothesline at midnight, the concrete sidewalks sprouting sky-colored cotton, now distant memory. Hopping on dusty hopscotch in demolition debris. Crashing in amnesia's ancient lost boxcar seats. Race car, Levi evaporating upon wired levee in the sky to form new, rainy, heavy, dark turban. Above us all, above the sprawl. No one attached to the sun seems to want the burden, though some fight with flood and lightning in the twilight fields of bourbon. Jerk chicken ruined in the drenched knapsack. Flashbacks to 1985. All right, this one, I don't know. Strangely enough, I don't know if I've read this anywhere. So it's called 6 Months. It was written April 25th, 2007. So I was living in Virginia then. I wrote a lot when I lived out there. For 6 months out of the year, I get to spend time in paradise upon the throne of Mount Olympus. The only reason is because the other 6 months out of the year, I run in the high life, down low Olympics. In Hades, everything is shady. Every dream is just a shaving of a wasting pastime. But at the end of time, I get to rise high to be with you. On your side, on the top of the mountain, with the sun tasting like citrus lime, with a sweet pinch of honey that wants me to not only show mine, but to blow mine all over it, then wallow in its cool afterglow effects, tripping nicely and easy. For 6 months, I'm fighting demons constantly until I reach the end of the tunnel's view. I see you at your new debut, and you see me and hold me too. Life is suddenly so easy, and I have nothing to fight to choose, just the love of you. Venus, you are breathing ripe cocoons into my soul. The moon melts into butter under a simmering, sharp yet smooth knife. You call our union and sanctuary united paradise. Then I have to go back to the fast time. That's where my ass will clash with what confines and winds down hands into shaky, flashing frenzy. I can't let it get me. I avoid the squeeze like mercury in a hand that bleeds and screams to crush me and be cursed and cussed by me, ultimately due to the life reversing. So 3 months later, still in Hades, still hurting, still avoiding the pensive penning penetrating, when I'm concentrating to be fighting my way to the other side of the edge. And this edge too is sharp, but it's not smooth. Covered in blood and doo-doo, smothered in what the hell did you do? Why did you have to make such a deal? Is heaven that good on the other side? You don't mind the current haunt of ghost dogs on the kill? On the other side of the windowsill, you say you feel gifted and blessed. But in the valley of the big hill, you wish your scrambled egg brains would just go away to the sea and its waves and distant disconnect. For 6 months out of the year, I am a spiraling wreck, only because for 6 months out of the year, a place I'm forced to call home is a spiraling freeway that multiplies as it intersects. A place where life shaves the inside of its own neck and head, only to deafen the sound and the blood-drowned quest in the middle of all the mess. But I am fine on your warm, juicy, milky breasts. And they shoot moon juice manna, spiced all down my throat into my neck, as I reconnect, only to gently rest my head. It is only for 6 months out of the year that I wish I were dead. I am going to close out with the key of A, Blues Hawk. Thanks. I think that's it for me. I felt like I went on too long anyway. Cheers.
Oh, hold on. There I am.
Okay, there you go. Okay, cool.
No, you're good, Kevin. Hey, thank you so much. That was a great
Yeah,
reading.
I got you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I really love hearing the story behind the poems. And
Yeah, like I love being able to write those kind of poems because it's almost like this instantaneous, like Big Bang bomb, where I hear such a story that it just, and I like see the whole thing and it just pours out of me like
yeah.
it's my story, but it's not.
No,
So,
I feel that, man. I love that kind of inspiration.
oh
And
yeah,
and
yeah,
and and that is that is a really cool concept to trade guns for musical instruments.
yeah,
I kind of
absolutely.
love that. Yeah.
Especially in such a city as New Orleans or a place like Chicago, places so
Hmm.
that have a violent history and a lot of problems in the inner city, but also have so much character and so much musical history and culture. So,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. Yeah, that's great, man. Um, well, thanks for sharing those. And
yeah, cheers.
yeah, thanks for the music too. Cheers.
Thank you.
Hey, it's always good having you here, man. And I hope you can make it back next time.
Yeah, hopefully, and I'm always glad to be here when I can. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, next week's gonna be cool. Our feature poets from Morocco next week. So
oh yeah, I mean,
and
I don't know if
he's
I could
part of
be
the beat lineage and everything. So
nice. I didn't
it's
know
really
after
cool.
tonight if I could be blown away any more than Dylan. That was just off the hook.
Right, right. I think she's definitely one of my favorite contemporary poets. I love
Yeah,
what she's doing, and yeah, definitely. So
right
yeah,
on.
well, glad you could be here, man.
For sure.
And I'll talk to you soon. And thanks for
Yeah, man.
sharing your art with us. Everybody, give it up one more time for
Back at
Kevin
you.
Evans.
Peace. Thanks, y'all.
Absolutely. And yep. Oops. Uh, sorry. Hold on. We'll get to Mark in 1 second. I just want to remind everyone to check out Kevin's reading coming up on August 1st at 7:30 p.m. That's gonna be an awesome reading. And again, check out our featured poet tonight, Dylan Krieger. Her work is available at dylankrieger.com. So check it out. And many thanks to our sponsor tonight, Sovereign Kava. Thanks to our technical director, Morgan Beissert. Big shout out. And also thanks to my bandmates, the Kava Lactones, for providing the theme music tonight. Kava Lactones for you. Check them out. Anyway, you can keep checking us out here each and every Wednesday night for more Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from North Carolina, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for the likes, comments, and shares. We're going to keep it going. We still got a few more amazing poets coming at you tonight. And not least of which, we have Mark Hudson up next. Another regular from our mic here in Asheville, and it's good to see him in the house tonight. So everyone make some noise for Mark Hudson.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
Hey,
Good
man.
to see you, man.
I'm good to see you too. It's been interesting times that we're in, man.
It is interesting times. I mean, it's fascinating times to be living through historically.
But it's with spots like these, man, that when we're able to be adaptable like this, it's a wonderful thing to get away and be able to express ourselves like this. So thank you for having me, man, and doing this every week. It's such a great service that you're doing, man.
Oh, thank you, man. My pleasure, dude. Yeah, totally. Just keeping it going, doing what we can.
Yeah,
But,
man, gotta gotta adapt, you know?
Yep, that's what it's all about. And hey, man, I appreciate you taking part in it, because
Yeah, man.
you know, it takes everyone, really. Otherwise, I'd just be here by myself talking into a camera. See if it weren't weird enough. So yeah, thanks for joining me.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So Mark does all kinds of stuff like poetry, haikus, palindromes, great dramatic readings of Dr. Seuss stories. A great reading of that piece by Obama like a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
But yeah, man, always good stuff. What you got for us tonight?
I got a few originals, and it's great that I'm man. Another shout out to Kevin. Kevin's so amazing. I love always seeing him. And I'm gonna read something from Keith Ellison, or Keith Flynn.
Keith Flynn, yeah, I got that book.
That's
a good book. Yeah.
This is such a great book, and it's chock full of poems that from other poets that he just has. This book is incredible. So I'm gonna read something.
Quite a mind, and he's a great poet himself. He's done a lot for the poetry community here in Asheville.
I got something.
Big shout out to Flynn.
I'm gonna have to check that show out on Saturday. So
definitely, I'm gonna check it out. That's gonna be a good one. But cool, man. I'm gonna turn it over to you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone, give it up for Mark Hudson.
All right. I'm going to get started with a little nonsense here, an original that I wrote today. 2 cents should be the rent, plus 2 equals 4 for the poor. Different strokes for different folks. If they bore, they're shown the door. Floorboards creaky, it's been a weird week. Weepy sheep, where's the pain creeping with a hard G? Just want to have fun and be free. Preaching's in the family tree. Don't want it to find me. Peace and love. Glub, rub-a-dub-dub. Nubs or chubs, not slugs. Unraveling rugs. Smothered, chunked, spicy, lumped. My junk is in the trunk. Rusty bolts, screws, hexy, nuts, glottal stops, starting from the diaphragm, stands the magic man, nothing in his hand, bunny land, what's his name? He lays eggs, lots of those in the Bible, Humpty's cracked, screwed, scrambled, a little extra cheddar cheese, call it libel, everyone's in denial, let's just float down it. This next one is from this book by Keith Flynn, but this poem is actually by Catherine Graham. And apparently it was inspired by Marc Chagall's painting, The Woman with the Blue Face. The woman with the blue face, dressed in white, queen for a day, takes for her husband this man, green in the spring of his fire, his body so next to hers, he is inside her. Another part of her becomes his green splendor in the red snapdragon garden of her belly, and in the darkness of their together, the horse gallops across the rooftops of the village. The shadows of his hooves are midnight crescent moons on the ceiling of quiet desires. Let us listen to the music, laughter, drunk full in our cups, and let the bull flick his tail at the fly, and let the fish stumble up the stairs spawning, and let the bird fly yellow into night. Let the angel fly blue forever into white, as the neck of a swan parts the darkness, as Moses parts the sea, as our hearts adjust to the vastness. Like a marble-sized teacup in the galaxy of a saucer, its center heavy and hungry, it drinks all things in, and it splits apart and becomes many instead of one. All right, next up, I've got a series of haikus that I wrote. Velociraptor, powerful, jacked, pack hunter. Good thing it's extinct. We are animals, extensions of Mother Earth, live without the fear. Mother Earth provides. Stop being so damn selfish. We can all eat well. Masters of planet. It's only temporary. Make a cosmic mark. Stop being boring. Open up your ears. Listen. Make a spicy choice. Strength is learned from time. Time spent listening, learning. Smiling is power. Tough optimism. The envy of everyone. Ignorance is bliss. Glass half full is not stupidity, you assholes. It's mental training. And I'm going to end on some random ass Shakespeare. So I have not thought out what I'm going to read next. I'm just going to do one of these. And we'll see what happens. Let's see. This is, so real quick, this is volume 1 of the complete works of Shakespeare. Okay, well, pick something from King Richard II. Okay. Here we go. I have no idea what this is or how it's going to go. This is from a character called Bowling, Act 2, Scene 4, from King Richard II. Okay. As I was banished hereford. But as I come for Lancaster. And noble uncle, I beseech your grace, look on my wrongs with an indifferent eye. You are my father, for methinks in you I see old Gaunt alive. Oh, then, my father, will you permit that I shall stand condemned a wandering vagabond, my rights and royalties plucked from my arms perforce and given away to upstart unthrifts? Wherefore was I born? If that my cousin king be king of England, it must be granted I am Duke of Lancaster. You have a son, Aumerle. My noble cousin, had you first died and he'd been thus trod down, he should have found his uncle Gaunt a father, to rouse his wrongs and chase them to the bay. I am denied to sue my livery here, and yet my letters patents give me leave. My father's goods are all distrained and sold, and these and all are all amiss employed. What would you have me do? I am a subject, and I challenge law. Attorneys are denied me, and therefore, personally, I lay my claim to my inheritance of free descent. All right. All right. That's all I'm going to do today. That was fun. Thank you all for watching and listening. And stay safe. Wash your hands. And wear a damn mask, please. It ain't that hard. And you can make your own from socks. I actually did that a couple times.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Hey, man, they're pretty cheap too right now. You can just go on Amazon.
Yeah, it is not hard. It's not hard. Help us all out. But
yeah, thanks again, man.
for the PSA. Yeah, absolutely. And dude, awesome stuff. Always great having you on here.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Appreciate the time. Have a good night, all right?
Absolutely. Everyone give it up one more time for Mark Hudson. All right. You're tuned in to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Coming at you live from my living room in Asheville, North Carolina. I'm CALEB BEISSERT. It's good to be your host tonight. It's been a fantastic night. I think we got at least one or two more poets or performers coming at you tonight. And I want to thank our featured poet again, Dylan Krieger. Fantastic stuff. Everyone check out her website and buy the book, support the poet. We love supporting our poets here. And yeah, get some books. And I also want to thank Sovereign Kava, our sponsor. They've been keeping us going. We're Asheville's longest running and voted best open mic in Western North Carolina. And we couldn't do it without your support, keeping it going almost 10 years now. 10 years this October. It's been a fantastic ride, and it's good to still be able to get together with y'all in some form. Anyway, we're having a good time tonight, and I think we got Emilio Maldonado in the house, flying in from Chicago tonight. It's always good to have Emilio with us. Let's see if we can get Emilio tuned in here. Y'all know what to do. Make a whole shit ton of noise for Emilio Maldonado. Give it up. Emilio!
What up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well, man, all considering. Yeah. What you up to tonight?
Nothing,
Is
man.
that moonshine?
No, shit, I wish. No, wish.
Not in Chicago.
Not no moonshine. I got some really, I got some shitty whiskey though.
Hey, man. At least it's whiskey.
What are you drinking there?
Fucking Peroni.
Oh, okay, right.
Hold on there. I got some mezcal. I'm about to bust out. I'll cheers you.
Ooh, damn! I wish I had something like that. You know what? I got some Dominican rum. So.
Hey, there you go. Ron.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. What's going on in Chicago tonight, man? You taking care? Staying safe?
So far, so good. You know, it was a rainy night tonight, so seems like it's kind of quiet out there. In the, you know, you never know what's going to happen anytime, though. Lately, it seems like that. You know, I was just talking with somebody about, you know, the way things are in Chicago, and like, you know how people talk. Everyone's got their own police problems, right? Every city, and they can range in all kinds of ways, from like just police brutality to like police brutality and the corruption and, you know, all the police robbery rings and all that kind of shit that, you know, all the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
But you know, one thing that I was thinking about, all these people that just don't understand, you know, why people are saying we got to defund them. It's because for those people, the police work as like advertised, you know, something happened wrong, or I don't feel safe. Ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, they show up. You know, somebody broke in.
It's a different world, though.
Right, somebody broke in and stole my TV, and you know, detectives will work it a little bit, you know, or they'll write your name down and, you know, whatever. But you know, now and then the next couple nights, months, you'll see a cop car drive by, and you'll feel a little bit safer, feeling
Yeah.
like, okay, they're watching, right? And they have no idea of the amount of like, not just like the fucked up shit that they actually do, but the
Mhm.
indifference and the laziness of the police, like in poorer neighborhoods and brown and black neighborhoods. You know,
Mhm.
it's like, you know, I called for the police a while ago. Where are they at? You know,
Oh yeah. I mean, I've had that experience. I've
you know,
experienced that many times. Yeah, where
but
it's like the
also, I mean,
situations aren't
in
really.
Chicago, that
Yeah.
you know, it's not like in Chicago nobody knows where to get a hard drug.
Mhm.
You know, and a lot of the places that are on the streets and you know in these neighborhoods, they're like open markets. I'm talking about in a busy
Sure.
street,
Yeah.
two busy streets, and you see police cars just drive right past them, don't do nothing, and it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know, and you see that kind of shit all the time,
It's always what they want to go after.
right?
You
Right,
know.
you know, and there was like a video going around about they had arrested uh, a drug dealer, and you know the car was sitting there. You know, then the two cops that were assigned to like watch the car, like were both asleep, and like somebody came up and was like videotaping them and like YouTubing, and then like what
The
do you
YouTube days.
did you get a good nap in? You know, and it was like lady who was like calling them out and fucking with them. I'm like, do your job. Why? How could you be? And they know what they do in a black neighborhood. Ain't nobody really care. So they woke up and they didn't wake up like, oh shit. They were like, ha ha ha, laughing, taking their time, yawning, no fear, because they know they ain't gonna lose their job even though it's a video. She's saying, I'm videotaping you. That didn't mean
Mhm.
shit, you know. Because like
Yeah. Apparently, it
that's the thing is
doesn't.
like, and
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff, and then and all this stuff that just that gets overlooked, that people like look to the side about, you know, like you can't document that as something a police officer did, but it's still an you know an action to not you know open that door and actually try to like prevent crime, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's that's this whole piece that all these like all lives matter or blue lives matter people either don't want to admit or are really truly just ignorant of, you know, because they can't
Mhm.
see it because
Mhm.
they would never drive around these neighborhoods anyway,
Mhm.
you know, other than during the day to get through,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Cut through.
Right, so
Yeah. But I think it's a real fallacy that defunding the police means no one's going to show up to help you if you call
right,
911, call for help. It's just it's a red herring or something, just taken away from the issue. And I think a lot everywhere's dealing with that right now, and Asheville's having our budget vote tomorrow.
mm,
And we just had the public hearings yesterday, and it's
well,
kind of like what all these people are calling in, like divest and invest in the community here.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And what we have some really good people on city council, but we have a lot of people on city council who are like, just the same old, well, how are we going to pay for what do we even do? How do we know how to do this? How are we going to pay for it?
right,
And it's like, well, it's urgent times calls for urgent action. You got to rise to the occasion and figure it out. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens with all that. But
it's like you said, interesting time though, man. It's like
it is indeed. It's kind of it's amazing to be here and be a part of it, and it's like sad and scary and exhilarating and like
oh yeah,
really hopeful, like all at the same time, because stuff is happening and things are changing. Maybe not as fast as we'd like or as fast as they really need to.
no, but you're right. You know,
Yeah.
lots. I mean, things are changing, and some things are changing so fast, and it's like depending on what age you are, it's like it's not fast enough, or it's like, bro, you don't have any idea. This is like, this is
right.
this is
Perspectives.
this is Usain Bolt compared to like what you thought was possible.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
I know. You realize like how hard people had to work to like get as far as they did, and then
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but it's you're right. There's a lot of different perspectives there.
Shit. Yeah.
Shit, man. You got some poems there?
I got some.
Well, hey, man, I want to hear the poetry.
All right.
You ready for me to turn it over for you? Shout some poems for us?
Yes, please.
All right. Hey, y'all know what to do out there. Wherever you are, jump up and down, scream and shout, and make a whole bunch of noise for Emilio Maldonado. Yeah.
What up? What up? All right. I charge a terrible price. Save my life. Throw me a line. Throw me a life. A tenor horn begins afloat for us. Every day with you. I've thrown away more happiness than I can bear. Baby, let me call you, baby. I've got something on my mind. You're on my mind. Don't mind me losing my mind. Never you mind. Mine. Baby, let me call you, baby. Save my life. I ask a terrible price. The world goes silent. You smiled at me. Did you hear? She smiled at me. I wish I could say it was rage or fucking Miguel there wrote something, didn't he? A knight slashing a ghost, but he had pizzazz. There was something there. Mine's. She smiled and it was mine, but she's good like that. A terrible price. I've not eaten sweetness in decades. I wish it was rage. I wish it was or a whimper looks at me askance. Raised eyebrows of a lowbrow love manages a hug. I back down. I retreat and die closer. If I only had a mule instead of a jackass, I've got that still. The laugh. Throw me a rope. Baby, can I call you baby? Save my life. All right. Burning congas. Warm sand. You ran your toes through, laid your ass on, brought back for me. A lie and a picture of you missing somebody that waited back in Chicago. Inspiration is crazy, dear. Raging jams, flutes, drums that faded out funkier and leave you in heat. 1,000 innocent thoughts. I wrote about 1,000 honest thoughts that keep me up. Honest threats, honey dreams, hot, wet, cold, agitated my bed. That ebb song you listen to without me. Good for you, babe. Don't tell me everybody was nice. I need to breathe right. Warm sand for me? Did I brush it off? My eyes work hard to tell you what I want. The ebb melody is on our cheeks. It makes us more beautiful. I can't fight concrete, time, and my reflection by myself. It's not a fair fight. I'm resting on this curb, not exactly alone. Every time I close my eyes, I see that photo. Salt and sand in your hair. Some abrasions on your skin, and you look to the left. I presume it's to the south. Where did your eyes take you when you closed them? Where else did you go? Whose eyes look back into yours on the edge? Baby? I swear, I still miss the sun. Les nuages. Now I know, Shy, we don't talk. I ask you this all the time. You never tell me the words I want written on my mirror. I feel another woman's lower back. My hand notices the difference. She's just standing there, enjoying the attention. I wonder if I ever benefit from the lies I tell myself. I've been choking down tears again, forgetting how to breathe. Toxic waste in my veins. When I was a kid, it turned you into a superhero. Now it's like a bad tattoo I gave myself. Ánimo perdido, destacado. Rejecting nature twisted up so bad that I corrupt the nearest. Fuck bruises. Remember leaving bruises that are only mine. Getting my hair shook like an Inca like I did when I was 5. But he put the cuernos to his wife and she grabbed the big old indio head and scratched and pulled his hair out on Laura. I drank myself to death last night. Quiero esa cara que conocí, que nunca imaginé. But I knew it for 1,000 years. And it'll be 10 or another life before I see her again. The only S-curve I really remember. Playing soul in La Racola, I see her now and then. Eyes flash like hers. That arch to me or you that she did. Nobody has a laugh yet, though. La Bella. Mi primera tentación. O más bien, my favorite, not mine. Saturday night is greedier than me. I was born into this, and I blew it. I had only sun and belts, like a true Mexica. Sol y duende, como gitano. But it was Instagram orange and blue, hipster Polaroid expired film memories. Yeah, it was the American beauty of laughter and tears. That way that it happens when Chicago is this city that gets St. Patty's Day drunk and the only colors in the hood are neon, kush, white shirt. Los gritos of moms y madres, Clint Gray, drop-in shelter pride. All the memories I have are dull roars of violence I was gonna do. The ever real last non-stop. Stories of leaders, of blood lost, are on the 9 o'clock stop to get a pint, get some papers. I am a punk. I write to make sense of it all. I wrote this the last time I was in Asheville. I wrote this about the last time I was in Asheville. And the last time Asheville came to Chicago. Charity. My first ashtray. Burlesque begin the beguine. Big full lips marking my neck, my face, my shirt. My neck. Yours. Oh my. You gotta go. I mean home. To your bed. Real soon. Don't forget to call me. Icebergs and ghosts. Purple jumpsuits. Heavy. Big old heavy titties. What am I thinking? What the fuck took you so long? Breathed, sighed, and drained of self-dignity this booming thought. Oh, wow. This is the crazy I want. I miss. I was. She's beautiful. She's a disaster. She can see right through my bullshit. She's so fucking dirty. She has tiny lips. I want to. She's not happy being unhappy. She's drinking her way to anger, numbness, and dice rolling. A human Bermuda Triangle. Wait for me. Icebergs. Ghosts. This is called Monday Night. Corazones, tambores serenade mis noches, mis amores. Niños héroes, niños asesinos, niños lindos, niños matanceros. Boys, go, drum, beat, go, over and over and over. I'm rotting inside. I'm fucking fertilizer. Young boys go to kill other boys. Boys and their murderers. Murderers. A bizarro golem runs things. Clay death, cold, damp earth penetrating every hole, every outlet. Heavens above, indifferent as ever. Pinche space god, hammered on a wall, drunk off incense. Scimitar for scratching stars out of the light bright sky. Carbon steel. Life, concussive, destructive. Life, rending, life. Beating drums of waves of storms of mountains falling into the seas. Blue-eyed youth falling down, bouncing off pavement. Trees falling in syncopation to the spherical orchestra of evaporation, decimation. Ya no más para ti, güey. I got one more. The horror. The horror. I see white girls weed reeking. Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans. Dark blue, 13 stab wounds. White shirts say he must have made somebody angry. I'm 13 years old. Reagan and the day after, Night of the Comet. Reagan zombies. The horror. The horror. 8 years old, 1980. Nigger, kike, spick, fag, Polak, chink. 1982, 10 years old. Fag, cunt. Don't say that around me. Big, round, brown, guy genie secret agent. White lady takes me to hillbilly redneck bars. Hang out at the after hours. Shuffleboard and fuck that nigga every now and then. Yeah, some assholes drank Miller and diehards drank Old Style. But shirtless Chicago is Budweiser cans, a thin aluminum shotgun shells, Dago teas, Montrose Beach, sunburnt Ricans and Kent Marlboro, Benson and Hedges, Ball Malls, Lucky's, and all the other soft pack. Hard set on the bar top lies. Protection spells and joy spells and oi spells. Luck, adventure, magic. Find a photo of us and write on it. Burn it so no one can use it against us. Touch my head. My grandmother. My grandmother. I see school desks laid out in mandala patterns of abomination. Desecrated spaces used as union busting, as collateral damage. And scared Toyotas and Fords find hijabs and go crip walking into biology and history textbooks. There you go. That was fun. I'm waiting to talk to you again, Caleb. I don't see you yet. Uh, well, I'm waiting to. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Amelia!
Yeah, all right. I was like,
Hey.
should I just do another poem, man? I can't hear anything.
Oh no, you're good, man.
Yeah.
I was loving it, man. I'm listening. I'm listening on different devices, so there's
Oh, yeah,
like a
right.
little bit of a delay.
Okay.
So, yeah, but dude, powerful stuff, man. And I love the Asheville poem too. Good times.
Yeah, right on, exactly.
No, that was beautiful though. That's a really beautiful poem. But hey, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
And it's always good to see you. I look forward to when we can get together again in person.
Oh man, I miss that. Yeah, I look forward to that as well.
Yeah, totally. In the meantime, I hope you can keep making it back here and doing the open mic with
Yeah.
us. I got my mezcal here, and I'm gonna cheers you for old time's sake to our health. Salud.
Salud.
Oh, that's the stuff. I got the cheap stuff here too, but that's for later. Oh man, smooth.
Oh wow.
Good times.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, shout out to Morgan for doing all
absolutely. Thanks for mentioning that, man. Our technical director, Morgan Beissert, he's always there, making everything run smoothly.
It's for all of you people who have run open mics or had to run a show, and especially if it's got like a video component or something to it. It's sort of like when you do one, when you just guys like throw it together versus like when you have somebody like doing real like honest backstage. It's like your show went from being cool to like really fucking kick ass.
Oh yeah.
With just like that kind of support,
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And it's the stuff people don't see, all the behind the scenes stuff that it's like really, really a ton of work that goes into it that people don't see, and if it goes right, then nobody notices at all.
Yeah, right. That's just it.
But hey, man, it's always good to get together with you.
Yeah, appreciate the show.
I think Justin Blackburn's gonna jump on here next.
Cool.
And do some more poetry or comedy or something. But hey, man, it's good to see you. Take care, stay safe, and
same.
please come back next week or whenever you can, man.
Yeah, peace, man.
All
love,
right. Peace and love. Amelia Maldonado, y'all, give it up one more time. You're tuned in to Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you out live from Asheville, North Carolina. My name is Caleb Beissert. It's good to be with you tonight. And again, thank you to our featured poet tonight, Dylan Krieger. Damn camera. I'll figure it out. But check out her work, DylanKrieger.com. Fantastic poet. And we still got another awesome poet and comedian and writer, just all around general awesome performer. I've been fortunate to know this guy for years now, from the open mic scene around the Carolinas, and doing some good awesome work together. And it's good to have him in the house tonight. Let's see if we can bring Justin Blackburn on. I think he's ready. Again, y'all check out our sponsor, Sovereign Kava. And if you're performing tonight, you get a free double shot from Sovereign. You can go by the bar and pick that up. Cashless, to go orders only, and mask required, but you get a free kava. All right. Poetry Open Mic Asheville welcomes Justin Blackburn. Make a whole bunch of noise. Justin!
What's up?
Hey, how you doing tonight, man?
Pretty good. A little tired. Sorry, I had to go pick up my girlfriend from her friend's house, and
Hey, no problem. Yeah, say hi to Deanna for me.
the other girl was having some relationship stuff, so I ended up having to talk to him for a while.
Emergency coaching session.
It was just being a friend. It was more like kind of
I feel you.
being. I just say that to say I'm a little. I had way more energy ready before that had to happen, but
Ain't no worries. I'm just glad you can be here, man.
thanks, man. Glad to be here too. Yeah.
Cool.
I was just gonna read. I got rejected by I think it was at Frontier Poetry. I sent some poems to them.
Rejections, the world of the poet.
And they rejected me.
I got a bunch of those.
Yeah. So I was gonna read the ones that got rejected.
That's perfect. And if I could give a shameless plug, Redheaded Stepchild Magazine.
Yeah.
I'm an editor for them. We've got submissions opening in August. And we only publish poems that have been rejected by other journals. So.
Yeah, I've been rejected by Redheaded Stepchild.
Oh, shit.
Too.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I'm not the only editor there.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. That's part of it.
Yeah, totally. And I love you have a poem about getting rejected, and it's fucking awesome.
Which one is that?
It's like that slam poem you do.
You're talking about like the cliche poem to a poet poem? Is it the one where it's like when you get rejected, glue it to the column and tell him that every poem you wrote was because you want to fuck his son?
It's the one that's again is the refrain.
Oh, again. Yeah. That one's about getting
yeah.
rejected too. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that one.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna read a couple ones that got rejected.
Hell yeah.
And these are ones I kind of write. I don't want to say I write to. Yeah, I would say these are ones that I they still come from me, but maybe they're written a little too in that world, the academia, however you say the word, poetry world. Turn it.
I'm feeling it.
Are we getting? Is there too much of an? Okay. Is there too much of an?
I'm gonna turn it over to you and let you read your poems, man. I love you, Justin.
Love you
Thank
too.
you for being here.
Thank you for having
Y'all
me.
give it up for Justin Blackburn.
So these are more, I would say, page poems. But I also kind of think that world is a kind of like a little bit of a kind of like a jerk off kind of little world, but that's just my own animosity. So I'm going to read a couple of these poems that got rejected. This first one is called New Feminine Era. New Feminine Era. My heart opens wide as dead leaves fall slowly off me. My defenses no longer hide my insecurities. My vulnerability shines through. Mother Earth whispers my truth with wind. Clouds move. A sun's light expands. My anger no longer hides my failures. My heart holds me like a man. Men, we cry. Men, we panic. Men, we die by suicide. Long, slow, deep breaths, birth, fresh pastures of undiscovered earth within. Time unlocks stillness. I sense a new era focusing softly upon me. I name it masculine forgiveness. It provides an inner light milk. I sip my manhood like a baby to his mother's breast. I breathe. I rest. Aggression is a mask I mistake for myself when I'm not feeling safe. Men, it is safe to express. Men, it is safe to change. Men, is pride worth murdering the most important part of us? I too once hurried. I too once hurried, loud, hostile on waves of a commanding storm. I thought man meant conform to emotional repression, violence, societal norms. I thought I needed it to belong. My heart gently told me I was wrong. I am thankful I listened long enough to sing her song. Sorry, I'm making a little adjustments. It's little things. Old toxic thoughts still try to attack. I let them pass. I've stopped identifying them as me. My heart is open to my femininity. My clear emotions are my true masculinity. Men, we don't have to be violent. Men, we don't have to suffer in silence. Men, we can open ourselves to our own hearts free of charge. Dearest sons and daughters, our fathers will never be able to apologize to each of our glorious faces. So let us hold each other close in all the vulnerable moments we can, moving together in separate spheres, hearing each other's souls like radios in our minds. Come what likes, stay what may. Our head will surely lose the way. Our feet will tire out in the clear light of day, but our hearts, our blessed hearts, my dearest friends, won't answer to anything but love. I see what I could maybe make it a little bit better there, but that was cool. All right, this next poem I wrote when I was a kid, or I guess I wrote this poem in my 20s. Didn't really have too much sexual experiences. I was pretty a late bloomer compared to other people. Sex really wasn't my thing. And I remember writing this poem after like hooking up with this girlfriend. It was my girlfriend at the time. In a hot tub, a jacuzzi, her parents' jacuzzi actually. And I wrote this poem after we kind of like hooked up. It was like a very like kind of like a wide-eyed wonder, fresh new experience for me. And I wrote this about it. It's called Learning from Woman. Tender touch, naked tub of warm water bodies, wide wonder sky, above mouths, open tongues. My eyes shine her skin. My eyes shine upon her skin, the future, the past, the present breathe there. Every war is won there. Every star is born there. Every animal runs free there. Every man bakes cookies there. Her jealous ex plots my death. The boys in the bathroom brag dirty sex. The men in the bar offices check another nothing off their sadness list. Her tongue sinks the knowledge of my mind. I've learned the wrong thing 1,000,000 times. She places my head under water and baptizes my brain in the safety of the wild within the woman. Up I come for air I breathe through feet. Hands follow feeling. Souls sparkle hair. Ghosts touch face clinging. Gracefully I disintegrate. That's pretty. What's that called, I ask. Clavicle, she laughs back. Low Wolf, everybody's favorite local songwriter, who's my favorite songwriter. She actually helped me edit that at one point in time. I don't know what she did or took out or whatever, but she definitely helped me edit it, and that was great. It's really cool to write poems about things because you can remember. And this is a really great, even though I'm in a different relationship now. It's a new. You still look back on that memory with fondness, and I don't really talk to the girl anymore. Sad, but all right. This next poem is called "Toxic Masculinity Detox Poem Slow Version." This is one of those poems where they do that weird, where you do that one, and then you it's like a 5 poems within a poem kind of poem. So here it goes. 1. At 8, my uncle takes me hunting. He kills a deer in the snow. The moment squeezes me raw. The sharp heat of murder collapses my insides. The deer takes one last look out at his flock, at his forest. A breathless flock of blackbirds lift above my head. My heart fills with the densest self-awareness of evil death. My uncle cuts into his flesh. My uncle. Dead now, a heart attack. Still I dream sweet secret snowflakes falling, clean ice trees glistening, the picture perfect purity of sight. A sensitive, shrill, handsome blade taking his life over and over and over again. My mind able only to comprehend the beauty of the deer running free into the clearing. My uncle, bleeding red in the white holiness of snow continuing to fall upon him. 2. Cool April detox evening. Rage, 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 rage. Boils, boils, boils. My brain. Sorry, no pretty convincing poetry today. And no pills either. I must face how much I care. Fuck hunting. Fuck the big game. Men make me want to be violent and I'm toxic again. Fuck, I am an idiot. Am I an idiot due to being a man or because I am so mean to the mistakes of men? I am so afraid of becoming a man. 3. Lost springtime love. Overcome my addictions to the angry anxiety with intentions to be a clearer channel to the feminine. Dance me lost in rain, never to remember a thing, all my baby pictures. Dancing in my brain, I vomit toxic masculinity. Will you come with me to see the beautiful, sobering water in the toilet? I know that's weird and fucked up, but I feel so pure throwing up. God bless the toilet paper too. Oh, how I love trees. They're a part of me. I'm still a baby. 4. Woman within. I am frozen yet ready. I want to listen. As long as you want to speak, I want to sit at your table and eat your purity. Shit, is that toxic too? I'm fearful to trust you. I don't trust myself because I'm a man. I know you understand. You nurtured my fear before I let anyone know I was afraid. I want to share with you how much I care with you. I want to cry with you in the movies, 2 straws, 1 tub of popcorn. You are my future. I am the past. Help my light be born, become alive enough to live in the face of men, woman within. It is not your job. I still feel this poem is toxic, and if it is, I'm sorry, it's a part of me. My uncle is a murderer. My uncle is always present. My uncle is Trump. My uncle is the government. An image of the woman within, warm in a winter coat, walking through a snowstorm to meet me, should be president. 5. Toxic masculinity. When I find you, say uncle. Leave. The door is everywhere. I'm leaving it open for you to walk through into forgiveness. Outside of all you were taught is where the day dreams you back waking. Breathe, then breathe again and breathe again, a little deeper, a little longer. Stand up straight, look up at the sky. Gravity is a friend. Imagine your heart lifting your skin. Envision gratitude. Slow progress is enough. It must be. This is called The World Needs All Her Flowers. I'll read 2 more. This one's short. Black father, white mother, bright colors dyed in her hair. She's a real woman crying in the sand, holding hands with her inner child. A castle rises from the land within her. In the hospital room where balloons float above her, she believed her flowers would finally bloom, yet she's still arguing identity with herself in the moonlight. Waves crashing, she looks up, the ocean breezes her broken pieces far enough apart for her to recollect her heart. This transformation is for no one else but the body glowing on the beach, representing her divinity. I'll go one more. Let's see. This is another true poem. Another like a poem that came out of being alive, experiencing life, which all these did, but some of these wrote. This is called Your Friendship Means a Lot to Me. I think it explains it. We'll go. Thank you all for being here. Your friendship means a lot to me. You sang of demons haunting you on the front porch before the comedy show. Out I fell of the rocking chair into love with you. You played your violin during my set. I wore your dress. I tried my best to be humorless to everyone but you. You went on right after. I sat in the audience with laughter. I said, how funny. You asked if I needed a ride. I didn't, but I did. On the passenger side, your smoke cleaned my mind as you hid your thoughts behind cigarettes. More than songs or demons or laughter, I wanted you to throw the car in park and help me take off your dress. But I was afraid our friendship may be awkward if you didn't kiss me back. I didn't want to be the dude who turns every friendship into sex. I sat silently, wishing the sexual tension, the drive of my desire could last forever. When you dropped me off, I went to my room and masturbated to the magic of friendship. All right, that was it. That was from this book of poems I got called Female Human Whispers of Strong Masculine Gentleness. I got books out. This book is called The Bisexual Christian, Suburban Failure, Enlightening Bipolar Blues. This is a novel. If you liked that shit, you'll probably like this shit, even though it's completely different, but it's coming from the same place, me, you know, and, you know, wanting to get to know thyself better. So that was fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin.
Thanks.
Hey, great stuff.
Appreciate it.
All those books are available on your website.
Yeah, Justin Blackburn. Except for this one. I haven't put this one out yet. It came, a press published it, like, it was a different version. And the press went out of business. Shadow Archer Press.
Yeah.
And actually, the woman who ran the press actually passed away a couple years ago. So much love and respect to Gail Gray. She was an awesome person. I don't know if you ever knew her. She was a writer from Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah. But my condolences. And I understand. I had a book come out, and it's out of print now too. The publisher went under.
Is that the
happens a lot? The translations book.
Yeah. It's a great book.
Oh, thank you.
That was Thomas Raincrow.
Yeah, New Native Press.
Yeah.
Shout out to Thomas. Love Thomas.
Thomas is amazing. Love Thomas.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, shout out to you, man. Thanks for coming by. I got your books on my shelf behind me.
Thank you. Yeah, I like reading. It's fun because, you know, I think when you don't have any audience in mind, because, you know, when I come to the Kava bar, sometimes the, you know, it's a people are listening, but sometimes, you know, I want to be as entertaining as possible, right?
No, I get it. Yeah, you consider your audience as a performer, and I think like doing this different setting, I definitely consider different stuff to read.
Totally. So I don't know if I would have read all those at the Kava bar, and it's cool to like read them.
Absolutely. That was
great. So thanks for that opportunity.
Yeah. And thank you for coming by. I hope you can make it next week.
I'll be here if I'm at my house, which I am.
Right.
I'll be here.
Word. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon, Justin. It's always
a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much for doing this, Mike. Thank you to Morgan. Appreciate y'all. Thank you to everybody who performs and everybody who watches. Thank you.
Absolutely. Y'all give it up one more time for Justin Blackburn. Yeah, that's Justin, y'all. By the way, Justin has a piece on getonthebus.avl.com. Kevin Evans has some stuff on there too. You should all go check it out. It's really good stuff to read and check out. But anyway, I want to thank everyone for joining in tonight to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. That helps. Alright. Anyway, good enough. Yeah, that was good stuff. What a great night. Thank you to everyone who performed. Shout out to everyone who wanted to but couldn't perform tonight. Hope you can make it next week. You know, we're making it happen here. We're getting by. But yeah, it's been a great night, and I want to give a big shout out to our featured poet tonight, Dylan Krieger. Live from Louisiana. Check out her website and buy the books. Support the poet. And please keep supporting this open mic. We're here each and every Wednesday night live on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate the likes, comments, and shares. You can also donate if you want to. And also big shout out to our sponsor, Sovereign Kava. If you perform tonight, you can go by there and get a free double shot of Kava. Get rooted. No, it's good stuff. When you know how to make it right, it'll do a number on you. So, get a buzz down at the Kava Bar. And also they do delivery via kickbackasheville.com. Check that out. If you're going down there, be sure to bring a mask. And everyone, please stay safe out there. Artists, please keep making your art, doing what you do. And everyone, keep standing up for what is right. We appreciate y'all. I'm gonna close things out with a few poems tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna do a poem by the great Jane Hirschfield. Love Jane. Let them not say. Let them not say, we did not see it, we saw. Let them not say, we did not hear it, we heard. Let them not say, they did not taste it, we ate, we trembled. Let them not say, it was not spoken, not written, we spoke, we witnessed with voices and hands. Let them not say they did nothing. We did not enough. Let them say, as they must say something, a kerosene beauty, it burned. Let them say we warmed ourselves by it, read by its light, praised, and it burned. Let's do another Hirschfield poem. This is A Bucket Forgets Its Water. A bucket forgets its water, its milk, its paint. Washed out, reused, it can be washed again. I admire the amnesia of buckets. How they are forthright and infinite inside. Simple of purpose. How their single seam is as thin of a rib as a donkey's. A bucket upside down is almost as useful as upright. Step stool, tool shelf, drum stand, small table for lunch. A bucket receives and returns all it's given, holds no grudges, fears, or regret. A bucket, striking the mop sink, rings clearest when empty, but not one can bray. Little Jane Hirschfield for you. Book's got some weight to it. I thank you all for joining me tonight. I'll leave y'all with a little late night bedtime set of poetry, or whatever you do. Tune in again next week. Our featured poets, El Habib Blue Eye from Morocco. It's going to be excellent. I have a translation from the Spanish of Federico García Lorca, another one. This is Puzzle of the Memory of Love. Don't take your memory with you. Leave it all alone in my chest, trembling of white cherry in the martyrdom of January. I am separated from the dead by a wall of bad dreams. I give sorrow a fresh iris for a heart of gypsum. All night in the orchard, my eyes like two dogs. All night, covering the poison quinces. Sometimes the wind is a tulip of fear, is a sick tulip, the dawn of winter. A wall of bad dreams separates me from the dead. The fog covers in silence the gray valley of your body. By the meeting arch, the hemlock is growing. But leave your memory. Leave it only in my chest. This is an original poem called Arrangement. My death is searching for me in the hills. My death is searching for me in Santa Maria. My death is searching for me in Puerto Rico. My death watches from the towers. My death watches the ocean shores. My death watches the silent cameras. My death plays a white guitar. My death plays a tiny accordion. My death plays a violent violin. My death waits on the rocks of the shore. My death waits on the roads of water. My death waits in gasoline rains. My death comes with a pale blanket. My death comes with flowers and rope. My death comes to whisper the secret. Present. The dog points her ears at the moon. A full moon in Leo, rising through trees and snow clouds, dark blue evening sky full of action, weeping blankets on the highways, in the little town of houses with the yellow windows. I pass the time as best I can, from one horizon to the other. We sit together in silence, saying everything we needed. Now the silence does all the talking. It is the sound of knowing we were safe for this one moment. It is the sound of knowing our presence is enough. It is the sound of the wind and the empty bus going by. It is the sound that the dog hears when nothing else stirs. Sliced. I eat a grapefruit for breakfast. I had to jump several times to pluck it from its branch, overlooking a desert that flowers once a year when it rains. Ojos de la Pastora. A black dog accosted me. When it would chew my hand, I would put my foot under its throat and it would release. I told the man under the stall that I knew a way out. He believed me. He really, really wanted to believe me. The yard was related to an ancient Oaxaca plant, and he was nearly mad because of it. He obviously was no stranger to this realm. All the while, the great lady blew the cool, gentle breeze upon the side of my face. Somebody said today was Wednesday. I got drunk the night before and was in torpor when they tried to wake me. I was dreaming of a tree full of cormorants along a misty river leading back through time. A message to a poet on the shores. Did you get your shift covered? Are you working today? The same but different. We hardly ever spoke to each other. We talked through music to one another, all together now. Every Tuesday night we saved the made-up endings I hid in the back after I fucked up the groove. Nobody said anything to me, but I know. We don't tell each other when it sounds good either. Music is the beauty we do. It never was a choice since we picked up our instruments years ago in another life. We don't really remember. I already don't remember what we played one day. We won't remember ourselves, but the sound will still be there, like a forgotten song suddenly on the tongue after all these years. Everywhere I look from my little hillside of earth, I can see the hospital where people are dying and recovering from the virus. Tonight is a quiet blue lake for a Friday. No cars, no helicopter, no drunk screaming from the streets, but the screaming is unbearable. Saturday night. A kid in a trap music museum shirt sells us balloons in front of the gas station. Hey, 6 up, man. The cops are coming. Oh shit. Ice cold balloons, 3 for $20. Where did the God breath originate? All is peaceful on the other side, with the beings that have always been there. A person screams mother over and over. Cop cars scream through everywhere, passing the gas station by the amphitheater. The corona of the frenzy breaks. Back the fuck up. Last call, last call, last call. Uncle Jimbo says, pick up your balloons. Child watches. I'll just do a couple more. Thanks for tuning in. The cliff faces mercy of canyons. I am a leaf in the waterfall where the birds are fleeing. I follow the trails, a market of emptiness. Black curtains possess us, where the marks of life appear. Sun setting on day gone too soon. Ambitions become a secondary stillness. The night we have become. As we linger on the facets, tiny details in the poems we carve, never knowing if the choices are right. In the end, did we love right? Sand never falls the same way twice. What comes are visions and skeletons. Sliced snake moans in the next room. Reminder of a story once. Can y'all hear the cicadas? They're getting loud. I'm gonna do one more original and leave y'all with a cover poem. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Missing Man. Well, the merchants have been sold to the seas. We awaken with beer case wonder-wise, crawling in daytime ivy, or voids of lipstick. Cross-country races, drowning in Great Lakes, flocks of lullabies, lost in cloud formations, restless yellow ducklings, fiery wolf dogs. Look up, cautious, the trail even blinking, fast cord rip, Ride, strip, poker chips collide, wildly turning up the avenue. Smokers rest stop, wash of highway gone by every minute without me, without you. Long, far away over mountain and desert, skilled insect palpitating, sunset rapture, late woven moonbeam, chrysalis on horizon, eyes gleam, starry field of decay and wonder, like leashed dogs on sidewalks licking water, copiers and useless machines, buzzing traffic light, green wrapped around cars and phone poles and light, fired eggs, whistle, sailors, blue captain's hat, cheese, sun running around lips of the ocean, white peaks amazed by centuries of star child, bright eye, and corn mazes. Set for winter bedtime, old friends sick shit eating the eyelids, basking in the captain's robes, not waking up from mockingbirds and seasons homes, olive pits, cherry stems, whiskey glasses, melted peacocks in the garden, purple umbrellas and teacups, rings, folded napkin drawer, ink blotted faces with tears give arms to enemies armed with fingers tying shoelaces on faces and books open to blank pages and giraffes hiding in urban plains, window washers peeling lions loose in the human zoo, violins in rain phrasing pursed lips, eyebrows locked trembling the strings, damned rivers elope here. Strange winds take vacations here. A ragged old man cries for you in the street. Unseasonably bleak fog rolls o'er the mountain, rolls o'er the earth like a hand pressing in the temples of the land. Parched, brown, same refuge forsaken in different places. Idiots running the gamut, controlled by those behind curtains. Deep black rust, open daisy jumpers from airplanes, foil curtains, blown sheets noisily, oil on the water of our time, tickling and sipping and slipping through the branches and buildings on seminars of lakes surmounting storms, vicious summer in eyes, the rainstorm, everything covered in tears, stars settling into night, day, blackness gone, right by children telling who we are, telling to their mothers the stories of the generations coming again, returning, drifting out, returning, going again, the wayward wanderers, lost friends in blue furnaces of old love, lost friends, framed caretakers tending the embers until the children arrive at our ruins and the ghastly light breaks over all that can be seen, and the song of a single bird from the fractured slabs of concrete and rough monoliths, the crude altars mossy with gray tires and bags of nothing, the song unnoticed by the day over the great hills. The water falls away. The bird takes flight, dropping a single feather. Well, that's all. Let's hear. I'll leave you with a little Rumi, the 13th century Sufi mystic of the Coleman Barks translation. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks again to our featured poet, Dylan Krieger. And thanks to Sovereign Kava. We're here from 8:30 to midnight every Wednesday night. Tune in. Catch us on Facebook and YouTube. We really appreciate your likes, comments, and shares. And we hope to keep bringing you this each and every week. Tune in again next week. We have El Habib Blue Eye, and next week after that we have Leah Tiger in the house, and we'll have some more great poets coming at you. So keep tuning in. Please check out Dylan Krieger's work and buy the books on her website there. Really appreciate everyone. Oh, thank you. All right. My name's Caleb Beissert. Check me out at calebbeissert.net. And I'll leave you with this poem. Thanks again to everyone. This is Granite and Wine Glass. You are granite. I am an empty wine glass. You know what happens when we touch? You laugh like the sun coming up laughs at a star that disappears into it. Love opens my chest, and thought returns to its confines. Patience and rationale, considerations leave. Only passion stays, whimpering and feverish. Some fall down in the road like dregs thrown out. Then, totally reckless, the next morning, they gallop out with new purposes. Love is the reality, and poetry is the drum that calls us to that. Don't keep complaining about loneliness. Let the fear language of that theme crack open and float away. Let the priest come down from his tower and not go back up. Thanks for tuning in to Poetry Open Mic tonight. Much love, everyone. Cheers. And this is the Poetry Open Mic ASHEViLLE love stream. We really appreciate everyone. Check out our featured poet tonight, Dylan Krieger. Ice cream's on me next time. Max Milner on the keyboards, Jason Moore on saxophone, Aaron Price on bass, Chris Cooper on guitar. I'm CALEB BEISSERT. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. It means a lot. Y'all take care of your barkeeps. Get home safe. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime. Cheers.